What is good, TT gang? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, today I am giving you guys a video which I've been wanting to film. Since it's exam season, I think this is actually the perfect time to make this video for you guys. I hope this video is going to be very helpful because I literally feel like, yeah, I needed this video during my matric year. So the fact that I'm giving you guys the video now, I'm hoping that someone out there needs it as much as I needed it. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. So before we get into the actual study methods or the actual tips, I want to mention two very important things. Number one, please do not panic. I know guys, this whole matric thing is just so overwhelming because you're thinking to yourself, this is my last year of high school, I need to make my parents proud, or I need to secure that space in that specific university that I want to go to. I understand guys, but the moment you panic, you lose focus because you end up doing too much. Number two is your mental health is very important. I for one know that during my matric year I had so much support from my family, from my friends and so forth, so my mental health was not necessarily affected because yes, I did have pressure, not even pressure from my family or anything, but just me putting pressure on myself to actually do well because of what I wanted to study and the university I wanted to go to. So your mental health is very important guys. If ever you feel like you can't do it anymore, please talk to someone. I know as cliche as it might sound, like talking guys, talking literally like does help. You get my point. And another thing with regards to your mental health, do take breaks in between. On weekends, if you are free, for example, if you're not writing an exam on Monday or something like that, please go out guys on the weekend with your family or with your friends. Go out for lunch or go to the mall and just come back. Please do not lock yourself up in your room the whole day and force yourself to study the whole day. That is the worst possible thing you can do for yourself, right? Now let's get into the tips. So tip number one, right? Like I said in my previous video, if you guys watched this video, if you didn't watch this video, please watch it because it's gonna help give you information about how to apply to university and so forth. So as I mentioned in this video, please have a goal in mind while you're in matric, because if you do not have a goal, literally you're not gonna push yourself to work hard. So if you know your goal, if you have a goal in mind, Uguti, by the end of this year I want to have 3 distinctions and then I want to have 60% for e-maths because that's the entry level for the course I want to study. Tip number two, guys, if you were provisionally selected or accepted, whatever you want to call it, because I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys have already applied to university by this time. I hope so. If you were provisionally accepted or provisionally selected, that does not mean your space is guaranteed. There can be someone from Ghana or Nigeria who got 7 distinctions and they can easily take your space because you failed to get the minimum requirements. You get my point? So anyone can steal your space. I'm sorry, I don't mean to scare you, but please keep in mind that guys, we are in a competition, not only nationally but internationally. So please guys, do not relax, do not start slacking the minute you get that email from UP saying you've been provisionally accepted. Congratulations, yes, but please do not start slacking or losing focus just because you got provisionally accepted or selected. And the next tip I have for you guys is to use past papers. I know a lot of people say use past papers, but you don't actually understand why. So past papers actually help you to actually gain sort of an idea of what to expect in the final exam or in the prelim, right? But for me, prelims were harder than the final exams, and I'm not saying you should not work as hard in the final exams, but what I'm saying is that in the final exams, right, I used past papers even in the prelims, but the past papers in which I used in the final exams, literally they only changed they didn't change a lot. Literally the template was literally the same. For example, say for example English, right? I was doing bad in English, guys. I was failing English since grade 11. I was just doing bad. And the worst thing is that I actually needed English to get into the course I wanted and to get into UJ. So guys, your English was a struggle, but because I used past papers for paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3, it does not matter if you guys are doing Picture of Dorian Gray or The Life of Pi. I forgot the other one. Does not matter which novel you guys are working on. Past papers literally give you a general idea of what to expect. Where you can get these past papers, you can obviously get them on the internet if you just Google Matric 2021 past papers, June past papers, September past papers, November past papers. You can do that. But for June, guys, some schools do not write provincial papers in June. So yeah, refrain from actually searching for June papers. Rather listen to your teachers and the scope in which they give you, because they're the ones who set the exam. And then the prelims also differ, because I remember for English, we did not write a provincial paper. It was actually our teachers who actually set the paper for us, but they still use the same template. You get my point? So where you can find these, I had an app, not really an app, but like a WhatsApp contact called Fundamate. So what happens with Fundamate, these are the numbers. So what happens with Fundamate is that you literally just save the number Fundamate, and then you go on there, you type hi, then it will ask you the language in which you prefer, it will ask you for your name, it will ask you for the subject in which you want to search for, I think. Yeah, and then literally all you do is type English first additional language or English home language, paper 3, November 2021, and then it will give you both the question paper and the memo. That's how I was able to pass, right? Yeah, so guys, I highly recommend Fundamate. Another tip for you guys, personally, during my high school year, or my matric year rather, I had trouble understanding not a lot of my teachers, but a few of my teachers, because I remember, like I said, I did mathematical literacy. So yeah, not to bash my teacher or anything, but literally she did not do the most for me. Okay, she literally did not do the most for me. I would get into that class, get out, ongati I was not even in that class to even start with. You get my point? Like literally she would explain things, but I would hear opposite things. Because remember guys, I did maths pure since grade 8 up until grade 11. So do you understand how frustrated I was transitioning from maths pure to mathematical literacy immediately? Like literally January, I was getting introduced to this new subject that I didn't even know, and my teacher was not helping me whatsoever. So please go on YouTube, guys. YouTube has amazing YouTube channels that will help you. Here are a few. So literally search for anything you want. For example, how to calculate rebates, search for that. Go through those YouTube videos. Literally, I would sit in front of the TV the whole time with my notes, or in front of my computer with my notes, and work through YouTube videos, especially for subjects like life sciences, where they talk about the ear, the eye, the nose, the tonton. Those things are so complicated, guys. I swear my teacher was the best life science teacher ever, but I still needed extra help. You get my point? So on YouTube, I would go on to, I forgot the name of the channel, but yeah, I'll just put it there whenever I remember it. So I remember I used to watch videos about the ear or the reproductive system, because that was the most complicated topic for me, the female and the male reproductive system. I would watch those videos. They literally explain everything in simple terms. Another tip, guys, please use the best study method that works for you. For me, my study method was literally studying from the hard copy textbook and highlighting important facts, not highlighting them because it's the school's property, but underlining them in pencil, and then yeah, literally cramming whatever is in the textbook. But I know there are some people who prefer writing out summaries in your notepad or whatever. But please guys, do that before, like way before your exams, because you're literally gonna waste so much time. Because I remember in the past I used to do that, and I used to do that like 3 days before the exam. I used to waste time because it took me like 2 days to actually finish summarizing the work. For even, I think for 5 chapters, it took me 2 days. You get my point? And then I would waste so much time. By the time I have to actually get the things in my head and remember them, I'm so exhausted, I'm so frustrated, I don't even feel like studying anymore. You get my point? So please guys, do not waste so much time on these things. Make sure that you do it way before, maybe like a month before your exams, probably. And yeah guys, stick to that study method. If you've been using a study method since last year or 2 years before, 3 years before, and it's been working for you, do not change your study method last minute, because you're going to confuse your brain, and your brain is going to take a while to adjust to that new study method. The last thing I want us to actually talk about is the requirements to get a bachelor's degree. Those of you who do not know what a bachelor's degree is, so in Matric, a bachelor's degree allows you to basically get into university and be able to study there. So the requirements are as follows. If you do 7 subjects in high school, you need to pass 6 of those 7 subjects, which means you can only fail 1 subject. But please refrain from failing any of those subjects. But if it ever happens, you should only fail 1 of your 7 subjects. Another requirement is that you should get 40% for your home language, whether it's Spedi, English, Afrikaans, isiZulu. You should get 40% for that. And then the last requirement is that you should get at least 50% for 4 of your other subjects, excluding LO. I don't know if the requirements changed, but these are the requirements that I know of. So I hope this video was very helpful. I tried to keep it as short as possible. And yeah guys, good luck with the exams. Please remember to not panic. Please remember that your mental health is important. Please remember to take breaks in between, have fun. If you feel like you're breaking down, talk to someone. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. We're on the road to 6K subbies. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and all my other social media platforms at He Loves Tejo.